All right, everyone. Beijingbiden and his cohort, Kamala Harris, are jointly Times Person of the Year. Why they're both on there is a mystery. I have a feeling they wanted to go with Biden, but then they're like, hey, if Harris isn't on there, they're going to get called racist by the Geek Squad, so we'll just throw two people on there. I guess they're one person is the idea. Kind of, because they're both pawns of the same cabal deep state at this point, partially for Beijing puppetry purposes. This is cringe, number one, and number two, it harkens back to when Obama got the Peace Prize for no reason. You remember that? Why did he get it for being elected? For not being Bush, specifically. Bush was someone who was generally disliked, and so Obama came along and kicked the Republicans out of the White House, and he got to have a Nobel Peace Prize. Did he bring peace to the world? No. He ramped up our killing in foreign countries, started multiple new conflicts, helped to destroy the nation of Libya, almost destroyed the nation of Egypt, and sowed chaos and terror all across the third world. But he got a Peace Prize. It's cult of personality bullshit. Likewise with this. Beijingbiden has literally done nothing to earn the time cover other than happening to win an election. And of course, Hong Kong, he won fair and square, of course. As far as Harris, even less so. These are two tough-on-crime neoliberals who masquerade as progressives in order to get elected, have already stabbed them completely in the back, which is hilarious to me, but probably not to millions of hold-your-nose Biden voters. And there's really no reason for this. And I remember didn't they have they had a lot of covers for Trump, but it was always showing him having a meltdown and stuff, before he won, and then, they had a meltdown. What's the point? And by the way, at this point, Time has also had Stalin on the cover a couple times, and as well as Hitler. They were Person of the Year. I think Stalin, didn't they make him Person of the Year because of Sputnik or something? I think the first time it was because of sending a satellite up, if I remember correctly. It's back long, long ago. What's the purpose? You've got dictators. I think there have been other dictators on as Person of the Year as well. Dictators, criminals. People who, in retrospect, you realize are total sleazeballs. Bill Clinton maybe rings a bell here. Obama, he gets a Peace Prize, and then he doesn't close Gitmo and starts a bunch of conflicts. Beijingbiden and Kamala Harris, they get Time Joint Person of the Year, which is the cringiest, funniest tip of the hat to the cringe fringe left ever. What are they going to accomplish? Nothing. Absolutely goddamn nothing. If you actually believe that the platform isn't going to be massively watered down anyway, from something that masqueraded as being quite left-leaning to something that's going to be basically business as usual, go back to sleep, then you're fooling yourself. You don't know anything about politics. The only president of this particular generation that has actually accomplished much of what they said they wished to accomplish was Donald Trump. And this is, by the way, Donald Trump. In so doing, technically, he brought as much ire upon himself from people who didn't agree with his platform as he did praise for those in party and in group that liked what he was doing. For all the way from VA reform, which that was kind of nonpartisan, repealing and replacing NAFTA, not signing the TPP, which even the Dems, by the way, pretended to support. Remember when Hillary struck that part out of her book where she said the TPP was the gold standard? She had to do that because she was getting bombarded from the left by that. Edited her book Still Lost, and now it looks like Beijingbiden might resurrect the rotting corpse of the TPP anyway. So he's going to sell the nation out to foreign nations and sell the people out in those foreign nations, small businesses and shit, to U.S. predator multinationals, which will be funny. It's basically the corporatization of the world, would be the TPP. It'll harm small businesses, entrepreneurs, the working class, the middle class. It'll help the 1%, though. If you make at least $250,000 a year, you're going to love the Biden administration. It's funny because he pretends that he's going to go after the rich. Those are perennially the ones that do the best. Again, the last time we had tax reform that benefited mainly the middle class was the Trump tax reform that'll be going the way of the dinosaur in a couple of years because Biden has already stated he intends to not renew it. Beijingbiden and Kamala, what have they done? Literally, if you want to give them Person of the Year, you know what they did? Won an election. Because Orange Man bad. That's basically it. And it's going to be fun after the honeymoon period is over to see basically the whole nation go back to sleep probably, more or less. And what you're going to see, the Republicans will obstruct everything. You're going to see the left will still burn down its cities, although like Ted Wheeler and the other Beijingbiden babies are finally cracking down, being largely unsuccessful in the process. It's gotten to the point where you almost have to root for the far leftists that are dirtying up Portland, just because it's going to become a thorn in the side of the Beijing-Biden administration. So that's a good thing. Again, as a result of a totally fair election that has settled science and fuck SCOTUS and stuff. But it's cringy. I find it funny. And you've seen the news 180 from the MSM, of which time is really part, and a vestigial part almost, because nobody gives a shit anymore. It's like the Nobel Committee. You've seen the 180 in news coverage. With Trump, it was Trump eats his steak wrong, Trump beats his wife, Trump has sex with prostitutes. With Biden, they ignore everything that they could possibly bitch about and talk about his socks. Oh, he's getting a cat. Oh, he's got dogs. One of them's a rescue. Did you know that? What a cute guy. Look at his sweater. Oh, what a snappily dressed president. They're going to fawn over that dude for years to come. You're not going to hear about what's going on. Unless you're paying attention to alternative media, you're not going to know what's going on. Why do you think that YouTube is trying to push MSM bullshit down your throat? They don't want you hearing what's really going on with the Beijing-Biden administration. They want you to live 1,000 lies and then believe the way that they want you to believe because it makes them money. It's basically what it boils down to. That's about all. Peace out.